Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited because today I am going to talk about Jupiter, the greater Benefic. Today's date is August 10th, 2019, and tomorrow, Jupiter, which has been retrograde, is going to go stationary. And by Monday, it's going to be direct. And I can hardly wait. And when I describe it, some of you already know about Jupiter, the greater Benefic. But for those of you who don't, you're going to love it. Now, we have two benefics, meaning two good guys. Jupiter is the greater benefic, and Venus, the lesser benefic, which is such a joke because Venus is love. It's money, it's beauty, it's love, it's art, it's happiness and joy. It's love. Did I mention love 3 times? There's nothing lesser about that. But let me tell you about fabulous Jupiter. Jupiter brings blessings. It is joy. It's abundance. Wherever it is in your birth chart, it brings you abundance. If it's in your 10th house, it can bring you fame. And I'm going to go around the zodiac. And of course, I'm going to talk about it. And I hope you will have your own birth chart in front of you so that you can follow along. If you don't, if you do not have a copy of your actual birth chart, okay? Just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com. Send me your birth data, the month, day, and year, city, state, country, and the exact time you were born. I can't give you an accurate chart if you say early in the morning. You're going to have to narrow it down for me. And what I'll do is send you, free of charge, an actual copy of your actual birth chart. Then you can use this video to follow along. Okay, so talking about Jupiter, abundance. Jupiter rules large animals. It rules awards. Wherever Jupiter is in my book, now that I've cast it, what do I do with it? I use the expression Jupiter brings a lot of. Now, it is abundance and blessings. Jupiter is the planet of blessings, but it can be extravagance and overdoing, as in if one is good, 2 is better. So you just got to know that. A lot of means a lot of whatever it is activating in your chart. It can be overdoing, overindulging. Again, if 1 is good, 2 is better. Okay. It brings benefits, benedictions. It rules higher education, the higher courts, higher education. It rules honesty. Jupiter doesn't lie, but it does exaggerate. Remember, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and so it is expansive. It co-rules Pisces, which is spiritual at oneness. It is divine inspiration. So it doesn't, if you ask, think of Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. You ask a Sag a direct question, they will answer with yes or no, okay? They will tell the truth. Jupiter rules success, generosity, money, foreign travel, and as I said, expansiveness and abundance on all levels. So the Jupiter cycle is 12 years. It takes 12 years to circle the zodiac, meaning circle your birth chart by transit. And for those of you who do not study astrology, when I say the transiting planets, those are the ones that are orbiting. Alrighty? So it spends 1 year in each sign. approximately. It's not like it kicks in on the first of the month. So I thought what I would like to do, since we're getting ready for Jupiter's direct movement, direct motion in just a couple of days, let's talk about what Jupiter means in the 12 houses of the zodiac. And so this is the symbol for Jupiter. I love it. And this really is what I think is the Jupiterian color, kind of a turquoisey blue. And so as I go around this very simple chart, keep in mind that I'm talking about your birth chart, wherever it is in your birth chart, and where it might be now. So let's say you have Jupiter in your birth chart, in your 10th house, okay? But right now, it has been sitting and sitting and sitting, retrograde in your second house. Well, it's fixing to go direct. And that means all of the potential of this beautiful planet is getting ready to move forward, to express itself. So yeah, you can expect a certain amount of money. Buy those lottery tickets. So let's just start here with the first house, okay? So if you were born with Jupiter in the first house, or if Jupiter has been just plunked down in that first house for a while now, while it's been retrograde, Jupiter, the first house rules your physical body, your appearance, your personality. It is the most personal house in the entire chart. Jupiter is optimism, expansiveness. And so that's you. You are optimistic, you are expansive. And once again, my favorite sentence is a lot of. There's a lot of you. Oh, I'm not talking about the size of your body. I'm talking about your personality. And so when you walk into a room, you're there. You make your presence known. This is so great at parties. Hostesses love you, okay? Because you're an icebreaker. You start talking about yourself and being affable and out there, and people are drawn to you. So if Jupiter has been sitting in that first house just waiting to move forward, get ready, because there will be personal blessings. Jupiter is the planet of blessings for you as it moves forward. All right, second house. Now, I pretty much described it, but let me do it again. If you have Jupiter in your second house of your birth chart, the second house rules money, it rules your values, it rules possessions, and so there are blessings in those areas. And you would want to, because Jupiter rules our principles, our belief systems, you will want to earn your money, second house, at something in which you believe. Interestingly enough, since it does rule animals, you could work with animals. I adore animals, but I don't have Jupiter in the second house. But I know that I just adore animals. Do you? Do you have Jupiter in your sixth? Do you have Jupiter in the 10th? Do you have Jupiter? Are you a Sag? Do you have a lot of Sag in your chart? You have an understanding of human nature and animal nature. Beautiful. Okay, back to this second house. Those of you with Jupiter in the second are saying, tell me more, tell me more. Okay, you can attract money, you can attract possessions, and you have to work, as I mentioned, at what you believe. If it's natally there, remember, the planets, as they circle your chart, kick it into action. The moon, several times a month. The sun, 4 times a year. Venus and Mercury, same thing. So, and if Jupiter is sitting there now, you get ready, because it's ready to express itself and move forward. Let's talk about the third house. Okay. This third house deals with your mind, your conscious mind. It's communication, correspondence, transportation. It deals with your ideas. And with Jupiter in the third house, there is a lot of thinking and talking. I find that people with planets in the third house just are natural communicators. And with Jupiter in the third house, whether natally or by transit, you're seeing a bigger picture. You're seeing options that are open to you. And you may have, are you writing a book? You may have had a little frustration getting it finished because Jupiter is sitting in that third house retrograde, perhaps, by transit. Don't you worry. As we move forward, that retrograde motion is gone. And so you do love to communicate, and you're a natural communicator, and you've got terrific ideas. Now, the third house rules short distance travel and transportation. And so you like to do a lot of that because you're easily bored. Remember, if you have Jupiter there in your birth chart, there's a lot of everything that the third house rules. Boredom, communication, third house rules siblings. There may be issues with siblings that might have been on hold and now they will move forward because Jupiter blesses you wherever it falls in your chart. Now you know why I love talking about Jupiter. Okay, let's move into the fourth house. Jupiter rules big things like big animals, big homes. If Jupiter is in your fourth house in your birth chart, you want a big house, maybe a big family. You like yang energy. You need room around you. And you find joy in being with your family. Maybe you deal in real estate, fourth house, okay? Now, if Jupiter's been sitting there waiting to go direct, which it will, of course, in just another day or two, you will find that any family situations that have not been moving forward will do so. Any unsettled business with family will be settled beneficially, because that's Jupiter, benefits, okay? And if you've been thinking of buying or selling a house with Jupiter there, now might be a really good time to look into it, okay? Fifth house, oh my. This is the house that Leo rules in the natural zodiac. It is the house of fun and games. And remember, this is the area where you are blessed. So you are, if it's in your natal fifth house, you are blessed when it comes to children. You may have more than a few. Your pets can be your children. Remember, Jupiter rules animals. And those of us who are pet owners think of our pets as our kids, whether consciously or subconsciously. So with Jupiter in the fifth house, you're ready for fun. You're ready to enjoy yourself. You want a lot of fun, and you love to play. Now, as Jupiter is sitting, if that's natally, if it's been in your fifth house and you've been saying, when is my kid going to shape up? When am I going to get my child into the school that I want him to be there? When is anything going to move forward? Where is my abundance? Give yourself a couple of days. Because as I said, in just a few days, just before Jupiter goes direct, there is a little tension. When any planet is getting ready to go direct, there's a tension. And then once it is direct, it sheds blessings wherever it goes. So get ready for fun. And the blessings can be through your children. Okay? Makes sense, right? Let's move on to Jupiter in the sixth house of work, health, and service. Okay. If you have it there natally, you absolutely must work at what you believe in. You have to live out your principles. You have to express your principles in your job, and you got a lot of work. And you would love it. You're blessed in that arena, in the area of work. And health as well. You might be involved in health pursuits when a job that involves health, though not limited to that. Jupiter also rules long distance travel, so you might be doing a lot of traveling in your job if you work for the airlines, for example. Okay? Now, if Jupiter, the transiting Jupiter, is sitting there, you are ready for blessings on the job and in health. My suggestion is join a gym. You know, one of my mantras is get thee to a gym. I'm really talking to myself when I do that, because while I have a membership, sometimes it's a little difficult with all the requests for readings to get me to the gym. So your job will expand. Have you been unemployed? Are you looking for a job? When Jupiter goes direct in the 6th house, things will start moving forward in that arena. It's wonderful. Let's do Jupiter in the 7th. If you have Jupiter in the 7th house, you have an abundance of relationships. You've got a lot of one-on-one relationships, and you attract people to you because this is the 7th house of other people. This is other people's 1st house. You attract people to you who are optimistic and jovial, and tend to think very well of themselves and tend to be happy and optimistic. And you are happy and optimistic when you interact with other people. Now, the 7th house is a personal partnership, like a romantic partnership, but it's a legal partnership, okay? It's not just dating, but you will attract people to you, many, when you are ready. So relationships, partnerships, the public. Jupiter helps you interact with the public. And so if it's in your 7th house now and you're involved in a relationship that perhaps has not been moving forward the way you'd like, let's see what happens in a couple of days. Okay? And the 7th house rules the lower courts. Jupiter rules the court system. If you've been involved in litigation, you might find that it begins to move forward. And isn't that wonderful? 8th house. Boy, people have issues with the 8th house sometimes because it is such a powerful, deep house. It is traditionally ruled by Scorpio, so this is the house of secrets. Okay? It deals with other people's money. If the 7th house is other people, 8th house is their money. And so if you have been involved in drawing up a financial contract that is beneficial, Jupiter, to both parties, you'll be able to do that when it goes direct. In your natal chart, you have a lot of secrets, not just your own, but secrets that are entrusted to you by other people, from other people. Whatever is in the 8th house in your natal chart is going to be transformed and transmuted in this lifetime so that it will manifest on its highest and best level. And so this is magnificent from a standpoint of using Jupiter on its highest and best level for your entire lifetime. 8th house being other people's money, you can help other people create money. So your job might involve working with other people, maybe as a psychologist and helping them get their values, or as somebody, say in the stock market, who helps people create money for themselves, that type of thing. If Jupiter has been sitting in your 8th house recently and not delivering, you will find that it really leaps forward in the next couple of days because the 8th house is all or nothing. So that when Jupiter goes direct in that 8th house, you will come to to get the secrets that you've been looking for. You will be able to transform your financial relationships with other people, and you can help other people, excuse me, and get clear on their own values and possessions. Let's look at Jupiter in its natural house, the ninth house. The ninth house deals with concepts. The third house deals with ideas. The ninth house deals with concepts. So if you have Jupiter in the ninth house, you are a person of truth. You're looking for truth. That is part of your belief system. The ninth house deals with long distance travel, people from foreign lands, and this is you. Are you an instructor at a college or a university? You see the big picture, and you're a natural student of human nature. That's Jupiter in your birth chart. Now, if it's been sitting up there being its retrograde self, you can expect that area to really take off in the next few days. And remember, Jupiter stays in a sign for an entire year, not necessarily the same house an entire year, depending on the size of the house. But it's going to be in your ninth house, blessing you, helping you see options you didn't realize you had before. And I would keep my passport current, because there is the desire to spread your wings and soar. Jupiter transit the ninth house or natally in the ninth house says that you are a person of truth. I love that. And honesty. And I just, anything in the ninth house, you have a natural understanding of human nature. And it's going to increase as Jupiter goes direct in the next couple of days. 10th house is your public image, your career. If you have Jupiter in the 10th house, it doesn't matter what you do for a living, you're going to appear to be wealthy and or famous. You might say, I don't have 2 dimes to rub together, but it doesn't matter. The world will see you as successful. That's a Jupiter thing. You have to work. Your career has to be something you believe in. Now, Jupiter in the 6th, you have to have a job that you believe in. In the 2nd, you have to earn your money in a project or a work that you believe in. In the 10th house, your career has to be something that you believe in. And you will always look successful. And you want to express truth. Now, again, Jupiter doesn't lie, but it does exaggerate. Let me give you an example that I think is adorable. In the circus, they have those cars, those little cars that are filled with clowns, and you open the door and clown after clown after clown after clown emerges. It feels like there are 100 clowns. There may not be, but it feels that way. So Jupiter will say, there were 100 people in the room at the meeting. Well, maybe there were only 50, but it felt like there were 100. So they paint a picture with words. And so Jupiter in the 10th house is going to help your success. Transiting Jupiter, absolutely. It's been sitting there waiting on you. And now it's getting ready to go direct. So you can expand Jupiter, your career, 10th house, and create more fame, Jupiter, and probably more money, Jupiter. Got it? Jupiter in the 11th house. Oh, you got a lot of friends. This is the area of friends, hopes, and wishes. And with Jupiter in the 11th house, you are a humanitarian. Jupiter in the 11th is more acquaintances because it deals with humanity. Okay? And so you really adore being in groups of people, not being crowded, but being with friends and being a friend. And your friends will bless you, bring blessings to you. So if Jupiter's been sitting in that 11th house, just waiting, it's going to kick in in just a couple of days. Your friendship circle can increase. And since it's the house of hopes and wishes, your hopes and wishes can manifest. Remember, Jupiter's blessings. And last but not least, Jupiter in the 12th house. Now, when astrology was first discovered, Jupiter was said to be the ruler of Pisces, therefore the 12th house in the natural zodiac. When Neptune was discovered, of course, Neptune replaced Jupiter. But there can be a certain amount of Jupiter influence still very active. If you have Jupiter in the 12th, you have a lot of Jupiter contact with the spirit world. You have a great desire for solitude and privacy. How much? A lot. Jupiter's a lot. An abundance of privacy and solitude. You crave it. It blesses you. You love it. And this would help you work very well behind the scenes. And you have a deep connection to spirit. If it's been sitting there, retrograde, waiting to go direct, get ready, because blessings from the other side will start pouring forth. I think Jupiter in the 12th is divine inspiration. Do you write poetry? Do you write down your dreams? Do you study your dreams? That's Jupiter in the 12th, blessing you. So, I hope you have gotten excited about the fact that the potential that Jupiter brings with it is being unleashed. Oh, and one final thought. Every 12 years, we have a Jupiter return. When Jupiter comes back to its natal place in your chart, wherever it was in your chart, when it returns there every 12 years, it's a double blessing because it's blessings on blessings. So, just see where you are in your Jupiter cycle. And it doesn't even matter because you are blessed wherever it is natally because it's triggered by the other transiting planets during the year and where it is right now because that is where you are feeling the blessings currently and getting ready to feel them even more. So, I hope that this video brings you joy. And as I like to say, because we are talking about blessings, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.